Hello guys, welcome back. In today's Microsoft Excel VBA video, we are going to see that how can we change the color of the sheets that are present with us in Microsoft Excel using the Visual Basic Code. Now when we are talking about changing the color of the sheets, what we are going to change is actually the tab color of the sheets. Now if you can just see over here, right now it's white in color, and if you just right click over here, you will get this option that is tab color. So if you just select any of the color from here, suppose I select this green, okay, then what happens is you can see that now if this sheet is referenced, then it is referenced in green color. So that's how you can change the tab color of the sheets in Microsoft Excel simply using the Excel. But since we are learning about VB, so we would be seeing how to do the same using the Visual Basic Code. But first of all, the thing that we must understand over here is what is actually the usage of changing the tab color of the sheets. Suppose you have a workbook that contains multiple sheets. Some of the sheets relate to the HR department, some of the sheets relate to the finance department, some of the sheets related to the manufacturing department, and so on. And all these sheets are present in the same workbook. Then you need to classify them, that which sheets are related to the HR department, which are to which department, and so on. So in that particular case, this color thing works very well. You can color code a particular sheet that simply, suppose for HR department you can give a color code as green, for the finance department you can give a color code as blue, and so on. So that is the usage of coloring the sheets using the tab color feature, and that's why Microsoft has given us this feature. So let us see that how can we use this feature using the macros in Visual Basic. So let us just open our VBA editor. I have already opened it from the previous video itself. If you need to open it, you can simply use the shortcut Alt F11 and you will get this screen in front of you. So go to the insert menu. Once you have opened it, go to the module to create a new module. Now in this module, what you need to do is provide the name of the sheet, but it could be anything that you provide. So it doesn't really matter that what you type over here, but you need to make one thing sure that this name must be something that you should understand, so that afterwards if you see your code, you are able to understand that what this particular module does. Okay, now if you just press enter, so color sheets is what I have given this as a name, because we are going to actually color the sheets. Okay, so once you have opened your color sheets option in the VBA, what you are going to do is create a sub procedure, and in this sub procedure you need to provide a name, which is going to be actually the name of our macro. So usually I just provide the same name as the name of our module, which is color sheets. Open and close the parenthesis and press enter. Okay, so first of all, what do we need to do is actually change the color of the sheets. So for that, first of all, we need to reference that particular sheet whose color we need to change. Okay, we know to refer the sheets, we have got the worksheets function, and using the worksheets function, there are two ways through which we can refer a sheet. You can simply type worksheets within parenthesis. You can either provide the sheet name or the sheet position. First of all, let us see with the help of a sheet name. Suppose I have sheet name as sheet 1, and this is the name of the sheet whose color I want to change. Okay, so just close the double quotes and close the parenthesis. Now what property we need to access is the tab property, since the option that we had in Microsoft Excel was the tab color. So first property we need to access over here is known as the tab property. You can just put a dot, and you can just get the tab option, or if you do not get the option, you can simply type tab, then again you put a dot. In the tab property, what property we need to access is the color property. So you need to simply provide it as color color, and then you can put an equal sign. Now we have used this color property with our cells before in our previous videos, so we know that when we are using these colors, what value we need to provide. We can provide 8 basic values, that is the 8 basic colors which Visual Basic gives us, which are black, red, blue, cyan, magenta, yellow, green, and so on. Okay, so if you need to access or provided with a particular color, then you need to write the name of the color prefixed with the VB. So I want to color it in magenta, so VB magenta is what I write, like this. Okay, and this is what we are going to do. So just run it. Yes, color sheets is what I'm going to run. So just select it, and you can see that sheet 1 is now colored in magenta. If you just go to any other sheet, and you will see that sheet 1 is now colored in magenta. Sheet 2 is colored in green color, and sheet 1 is colored in magenta, which we wanted. Now the other method is, there are actually 4 methods basically. The other method is, or the 4 ways which you can change the color of the sheets. Use the worksheets function, and instead of the name you need to provide the index. So for providing the index, let us right click over here. Custom sheet is whose color I want to change now, and it is present at the index 3. So worksheets and the index, you need to provide it as 3. Then close the parenthesis, put a dot, write the property value as tab, again put a dot, and you need to use this color. And using this color you can specify any of the colors which you can use. So I'm going to change it to cyan, so let us provide it as VB cyan, because that is the convention that Visual Basic follows. Now VB cyan is what we're going to do. Let us just clear up this line of code, and when we run it, you can see custom sheet has been changed to cyan. Now if we just change our current active sheet to something else, you can see that custom sheet is now colored in cyan, and that's how you can go with it. So that was the second method. If we talk about the third method, so we already know that we can actually change the color of anything, be it the cells or the sheets, using 2 methods. One is the color method, and the other is the color index method. When we are using the color method, we need to provide the name of the color prefixed by the letter VB, but when we are using the color index, we need to provide the index of the color. Okay, so let us just use this color index property. Instead of color, you need to write color index like this, put an equal sign, and you need to provide it with a value. So the value I'm providing is 20, and instead of 3, I'm just going to change its position at 4, which means the current sheet is custom name, or actually custom name sheet is whose color I want to change, with a color index of 20. So if you just click on it, then you can see that we have got this light blue color, which is actually what we must get when we are using the color index 20. So that's the light blue color with which our sheet named as custom name is changed to. Now what happens, we can use this color index property with instead of the sheet index, if we provide the sheet name in the worksheets function. So that is the fourth method. So within double quotes, you need to provide the name of the sheet, which is nothing but rename sheet, like this. And the color index, this time going to change its value to 50. Okay, like this. And if we just click on run, then you can see it has got a dark green color shade. So that's what it is. That's what we get on color index 50. So that was the fourth method. The first method, using the sheet name in the worksheets function and the color property. The second method, using the sheet index in the worksheets function and the color index property. The third method, using the sheet index again in the worksheets function but using the color property. And the fourth method, using the sheet name in the worksheets function and using the color index property. So these are the 4 methods. Using any one of them, you can actually change the name of your sheet. The color of your sheet. Okay, now what happens is, once you've colored your sheet, if you want to change it back to normal, if you do not want to provide any of the color to this particular sheet, currently we are having the rename sheet over here. So right now it's of green color, but if we want to remove any color from it, okay, so what we can do is using the worksheets function, you need to reference that particular sheet. So right now we are using this name. Then you can just put a dot and use the tab color property. So you need to provide tab, then again put a dot, and then you need to provide color and equals. Now in this equal sign, instead of providing it with a color, what you can provide it with a value known as false. When you provide it with false, then what will Visual Basic do is it will just remove any of the colors that is present in that particular sheet. Okay, so now if you just run this code, you can see the rename sheet is now colored, is now removed its color, and it is now normal like the other sheets. Okay, so if you want to just change the color of any other sheet, like I have custom name, so let's just take a note at its position. It is at the 4th position. Now simply using the position or the index value also, you can just remove the color of a sheet. So the index value I've provided it is 4, and if I just run this piece of code, then you can see custom name is now not colored at all. So that is all about the color property or the tab color property that you need to know in Microsoft Excel. And that's all for the video. Thanks for watching.